guys, Blessing here. So ODL Kate had her civil wedding ceremony in Belgium over the weekend with co-presenters Sarah and Faith in attendance, which I found very supportive and also a symbol of unity. It was a very beautiful and colorful wedding, and I could not but notice how Kate's husband was just looking at his bride with eyes full of love. Single ladies out there, if you find a man that looks at you this way, the way Kate's husband was looking at her, never let him go. Like, he's just the one. Anyway, my purpose of doing this video today is what happened while the wedding was still going on. If you guys remember, I recently talked briefly about the fact that ODL Kate and Lolo have been engaging each other in the tug of war, and I would say that their war reached its climax with the following clips of Lolo that I am going to be showing you now.
Celebrate and for waiting. Say Mala don dey vandalize and since all this way, and they run in gutter mat for my body. Talking to my husband here. Will you keep quiet? I'm circumcised Malam. So you don't they vandalize you free of charge. You know they shame. Go carry money for bank. Go they marry yourself.
Alright, let me explain what happened here. So Lolo did this live stream which lasted about 5 hours, predominantly raining all sorts of insults on Kate's husband and calling him all sorts of names. Just like you heard him call him an uncircumcised Malam. Now, according to Lolo, Kate once insulted Lolo's husband by calling him Abariba, and because of that, Lolo chose this day of all days, Kate's wedding day, to revenge what Kate did to her. Lolo even went as far as calling Kate's husband a Boko Haram terrorist and a goat.
Malam no be person, na person. I don't know what that Malam na person, Malam na Boko Haram. Malam is a Boko Haram. For you to call another person your husband Abriba, your husband is a Malam. You get Malam no be person. Malam na goat. Ewu meri jene be Malam. Na me talk. For you to disrespect another person's husband, you have husband. My sister, you wait for what you get.
You guys, Lolo's biggest anger against Kate is that Kate called Lolo's husband an Abariba husband, which Lolo finds highly insultive and unacceptable. So, ladies and gentlemen, would I shock you if I told you that Abariba is a kingdom in Abia State, Nigeria? And some people are even of the opinion that Abariba is the most beautiful village in Africa. Although Kate would have to explain herself why she said that Lolo's husband is an Abariba man, but the only thing that I still find difficult to figure out is why or even how this is such a huge insult to Lolo. I would warrant her to insult Kate's husband non-stop for 5 good hours on end. Lolo clearly has no idea what Abariba means. She simply ran off with that word, clung onto it and used it as a flimsy excuse to combat Kate in a saga that she had been longing for. So throughout that entire video, Lolo kept insisting that Kate insulted her husband by calling him after a place that he is probably not from.
When she was insulting my husband on this social media, without me talking to her.
Lolo, I'm not very sure anyone has told you this already, but this video you did is the worst blunder you've ever made in your entire social media existence. You actually spent 5 hours of your life fighting a baseless battle about absolutely nothing at all. How about my husband is not from Abariba? He's not an Abariba man or whatever, but you kept hammering for 5 good hours that Kate insulted your husband by referring to him as an Abariba man, but not once in your entire 5-hour live stream did you explain to your viewers exactly what definition of Abariba caused the amount of rage and lack of public manners you displayed during your live stream. Now let's move on. Remember guys that while Lolo was doing this live video, Kate was also having her wedding ceremony, which was also being streamed live on Facebook. So one of Lolo's viewers sent Lolo a clip of the wedding, and this was Lolo's reaction.
See this small boy, whoa. See neck be there. That's a neck be. That's a neck be. He got bow. That's a neck be. In neck be like. This man, you cut my neck into 2. This one a pure malana. The neck be like rope. If your neck too fat, it be like this thing. I return now. On my head. Hey. He don't promise some passport.
So while Lolo was doing all of this, she was actually getting ready to go out on a dinner date with her husband, and I'm wondering if Lolo told her husband what she did just a few hours before. I mean, she claimed she was fighting for her husband, but did she tell her husband what she had just done to another woman's husband on their wedding day? And did she also tell her husband what Kate's offense exactly was? And I'm really curious to find out if Lolo's husband was very proud of her after he found out what she did. Did Lolo's husband give Lolo a pat on the back for a job well done? Did he tell her, babe, you're a very good protective wife for rubbishing another man simply because the wife says that I'm an Aburiba man? Or maybe Lolo did not even bother to tell her husband at all. Maybe Lolo just sat there in front of her husband looking beautiful with her face perfectly made up. You know how they say that some women are not only beautiful from the outside, but that they are also beautiful inwardly. But in Lolo's case, judging from this 5-hour video she did, I really wish for Lolo that there was also makeup that could beautify a woman from the inside, because what came out from within Lolo is the ugliest form of ugly. But I guess we can all agree that the makeup actually looked very good on her. Well, I mean on her face.
Baba, Mona see head.
Will you keep
They say no
quiet?
get big head, oh boy. Auntie, I want Mona you away there. Wahwara. Oh, Murikete. Oh, Suno Gede. Gede. As in neck day so. Without being told, na so in waist be. As in neck day. Do you know if you want to buy trouser in shop, you use the waist of your neck to measure it? Na so in waist be.
You guys, if you're watching this video right now, please comment if you think that Kate's husband deserves the amount of insult that Lolo dished out to him. And while we are busy with that, I'm sincerely wondering about the people who actually follow Lolo and look up to her. Like this woman you see right here, like Lolo believes that she is a motivational speaker, and I have been watching her for some time now, and one thing I can say about her for sure is that she speaks, but she doesn't motivate. Well, she still motivates Esther, who thinks that Lolo is the best thing that has ever happened to mankind after sliced bread. Madam Esther actually said that everyone must respect Lolo because according to her, Lolo is the first Nigerian woman to do Facebook live stream. Like, oh God. I can't help you, Esther. I really wish I could help you. But one thing I would like to teach you right now is that respect is not a one-way street. So whenever you ask people to respect Lolo, also tell Lolo to respect people back, because nobody is God over anyone else here on social media. And talking about God, this Lolo we are talking about also calls herself social media godmother. You guys, I've often talked about empty social media titles, and this is a perfect example of such. Like, who exactly is Lolo godmother over when she doesn't even exhibit the traits of a higher order? As a godmother, people should be able to find solace in you. They should be inspired by you. But sis, you don't inspire. You don't motivate, you don't encourage, and you don't contribute. Well, let me just say, you contribute to the intensity of noise we have here on social media. In other words, I just really feel like Lolo is an essential part of the noise that is happening here on social media.
How do we hear of this?
When I see it, my people. When I see it, this one I did. They call it did. Mexico seated. The head be like. Just imagine this thing. That's what the head be. Oye bow. Oye lew. If this kind of head rest for your people say if they help your ministry, that people see party don't die.
Jesus!
As if all of this was not enough, Lolo still went further to say that the marriage between Kate and her husband is a sham marriage, and that the man is allegedly getting married to Kate just in order to secure his residence documentation in Belgium.
Because if they find paper, you can't go work, marry this kind of old woman. You said do. This one a clear paper marriage.
Will you keep quiet?
Small boy like that.
You guys, I 100% understand that this is saga, and during a saga, people usually talk a bunch of trash just to win the verbal battle. But in this particular case, Lolo went too far. I mean, for Lolo, who is obviously an immigrant herself, to stand there boldly in front of the camera and wholeheartedly say that someone is getting married because of papers. Now, the question is, how did Lolo herself get her own papers in the Netherlands before she moved to the UK? What did Lolo herself do in order to get her own papers? Without much ado, let's watch the next clip. But before we do that, let me quickly give you guys a preamble. So Lolo got her documents in the Netherlands through an asylum procedure, and for Lolo's asylum request to be granted, Lolo had to lie about her own age.
Me, I got just 2 years apart from mine. Just 2 years. Meanwhile, when I came to Europe, I was very small. I'm 40, but my passport is reading 38. Okay, so just 2 years difference.
So why the hypocrisy, Lolo, saying that Kate's husband is getting married to her because of papers, knowing fully well that they've been together for all these years and they even have 2 kids together, and you are also not a saint when it comes to doing certain things to get papers? Then Lolo continued by threatening to release all the screenshots of Kate's husband if Kate ever makes a sound.
If you do pim, we're going to scatter the picture for the media with a snapper. It go too sweet. If you do pim, tiens, il faut my phone now, they here. If they here. And you are there and then we can pass.
Gosh, like how old is this woman? Even a senior secondary school girl should not be indulging in such behavior that Lolo is publicly exhibiting. How much more a 40-something-year-old woman who is also somebody's wife and a mother to 3 children. Look at Lolo proudly saying that she has pictures of this man on all 3 of her phones as if it's a trophy or a lifetime achievement. Like, is this what Lolo came to this life to do? Is this all Lolo is good at? Gathering people's pictures to use against them whenever they are celebrating something? Am I missing something here, or is there something else I'm not understanding? Now let's listen to Lolo's justification of why she engages in such deplorable act.
I want to see people being assassinated on their wedding day. I want to see them. On their wedding day, they'll kill them. Bats. Yes, now. You know why? Because they want to make pain that family, enter their bone marrow, make it be unforgettable thing. That is why they do it. There is no better gift for her than this wedding gift. She will live to remember it. She will live to remember it. My God, on my wedding day. What Lolo did to me on my wedding day. Yes. You no go forget.
You no go forget. And that makes you feel good. Man, this is the embodiment of evil, the perfect definition of hatred, and the symbol of wickedness. Like, this is so beyond me, you guys. All in the name of Kate said my husband is an Abiriba man, whereby Abiriba is just a location in the east of Nigeria. Or does Lolo have another meaning for Abiriba that we don't know about? No, Lolo really crossed her boundary with this 5-hour video, and I'm sure that a whole lot of people can say that they are disgusted by what she did. And it's gonna take a lot for her to get her pedigree restored, because this was really bad and not worthy of emulation. And let's even assume that Abiriba is the worst insult anyone can give anybody's husband. The truth of the matter is that Kate apologized. And that is why all of this is so wrong, because Kate said sorry, and she still made another video in which she made reference to the previous video and still apologized for a second time. But I'm not surprised. A lot of people have said that Lolo has an unforgiving spirit, and this actually goes a long way to prove it. But the latest on this story is that Kate has now promised that she is going to come back for Lolo. So I'm going to continue to follow this story as it unfolds. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And if you are also interested to find out the outcome of this story, be sure to subscribe to this channel and also turn on the bell icon so that you receive notifications whenever I drop a new video. But if you get to watch this one on Facebook, do not hesitate to like and follow my page, and I will catch you guys on the next one.